Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Bums Happy Hour presented by Jack's Place, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago region, Illinois. Jason's ready to box. I think the rest of us is ready to drink, but it is a big time. It feels like a fight night. Holy cow. Cancel everything. You're ruining my intro. Dougie is literally pouring an ecto cooler. The stuff. Let me see the color of that thing.
It is Necto Cooler beer.
Give me look at that thing.
Whoa,
that's
awesome.
That thing looks like the ooze that the Ninja Turtles turned into the Ninja Turtles.
Sorry to wreck the intro.
No, it stopped me in my tracks. So let's just do it. Let's go around the room. I'll start. You know what? I'm going to go counterclockwise because I'm saving Jason for last. I'll start with myself. I got a little bit of Discovery 11, Bardstown Discovery. No, Discovery 6. Sorry, Discovery 6. Sorry. And my Modelo 6. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday. Joey P, what do we got going on?
Salud, hermanos, and everybody watching. I got the new Old Forester single barrel rye. So we're going to cheers to that. And of course, the Modelo on hand, always on hand.
All right. Dougie's got like literally like the stuff that turned the fish into three eyes from The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. First time having it?
Yeah. It's like an adult ecto cooler, dude. It's a fruited sour orange and tangerine. This thing is lights out. 5.7%.
That thing is so green though.
Yeah. Oh, my poop is going to be a weird color, no doubt.
What's the brewery?
Phase 3.
Nice.
Damn.
Phase 3. Very nice.
I might have to ask you to get more of those.
Yeah.
You got to try them. All right, Jay.
Yeah, that's a.
You want to flex on everyone?
I'm gonna. First off, I want to say I'm in a fucking great mood. My dog, she had successful surgery today, or Wednesday. So like, we got her home. She's doing good. She's recovering. She had her spleen removed. So I'm happy that everything came out good. And then, just happened to go shopping today, and I got a bottle that I think everyone's gonna want. I'm gonna flex hard on here. It's Jimmy John's Bloody Mary.
Wow, Jimmy John's
Dirty
Bloody Mary. You're on brand with the pickle slut.
That's right. I did their pickle review the other day, and I gave it 3.5 stars, and then I saw the Zing Zang. I love Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix, and then now it's a Jimmy John's branded pickle mix. Fucking sign me the fuck up. I'm gonna slam some Bloody Marys tomorrow morning for sure.
How many whiskey bottles did you have to trade for that thing? Was it allocated?
At least I think I was like 7. I think I traded like the whole Weller Rainbow to get that pickle mix. No, the real flex, gentlemen, is it's BTAC Day, and I finally got the third in my Infinity Stone collection, the Laura. William
LaRue Weller, my man.
LaRue. Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. Get a real name. All right, so this is the BTAC collection for the Weller line. I'm popping it live. I'm doing a live.
Let it rip, baby.
125.8 proof. I don't know what the age on this. Usually like 12 or 13 years.
I think it's older this year. I don't remember off the top of my head. I want to say it's close to 14 years.
Oh, then
I could be way off. I could be way low. Yeah. I could be way off. Somebody's got the Google machine. I've got too many screens up. I can't.
All right. All right. So let's go.
Smells like whiskey.
Salud.
Tastes like whiskey.
Oh, that's an age-weeded oaky as fuck product.
Oh, super oaky. Interesting. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll be over soon to review it.
ASAP. Other than that, I was drinking a Solomon Oath Oktoberfest. I got to get rid of these Oktoberfest. I see all the winter beers dropping right now. I got to clean this fridge up at the end of the month because I got like Great Lakes Christmas Ale to buy. I got the New Belgium Scottish winter ale to buy. That's a Scottish one. There's the Victory Christmas Monkey.
Fistmas.
Fistmas.
Yes. I got Old Man Winter from Southern Tier. Sam Adams winter ale. I gotta stock up on all the winter beers, so I gotta clean out room. So anyone wants to come over and drink a couple 2-3 beers, come on over.
You got my summer. They can come over and help you with the Oktoberfest, of course.
I heard he's a big Oktoberfest guy.
Yeah. So the age statement is 12 years, 6 months this year.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm happy.
Fuck.
Very happy. All right. But feel good, guys. Fight night. It's fucking fight night. Let's fucking go. I'm feeling like I'm 10, 12 years old again. So
that's the thing I wanted to start off with. Before even getting into the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing, I kind of just want to talk more Mike Tyson and just the feel of us growing up with like a big fight feel. Obviously, Joey P, maybe you could speak on this a little more. Like being from a like Hispanic household, there's always like, Cinco de Mayo in Mexican Independence Day. There's always Mexican fighters fighting, whether it be Julio Cesar Chavez or now Canelo. So there's always some of that. But like a heavyweight fight feel, like, Holyfield and Tyson and stuff like that, it's been a long time. And I understand that this is more of a sideshow, a cash grab, like a spectacle. But I'm still very, very excited about this, especially because it's free if you have Netflix.
Yeah, absolutely. And back then, those days, like you're saying, we went through, the Mike Tyson phase, and then from there to Holyfield and the Foreman Holyfield battle, and then the list goes on and on. Then Lennox Lewis was like, he was heavyweight boxing, for almost a decade. It seems like Riddick Bowe. Then the Klitschko's came into play. And then after the Klitschko's, it's like heavyweight division got kind of stale after that. And that's when, obviously, not going to keep bragging about it, but we could, whether the weight class has always been straight fire. So.
Oh, man. We've got Johnny's not on the show. He's asking, how come I'm not on for this? And I said, we got Joey P on. And he's got the Telemundo internet. So I think we might have to swap Joey P for Johnny if that's the case. I mean, same. The more things change, the more things stay the same. But yeah, Joey P, I agree with you. Like back in the day, but now this is different. You guys excited? I know Dougie, Johnny, or Jason. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, like obviously, watching some of those fights when you were as a kid growing up, it was always, Iron Mike, baddest man on the planet. And then, after in the late 90s, like early when he started doing the whole biting of the ear and all that shit, it kind of like downhill. So he's 58 years old, but it's still nostalgia. It's still, I'm going to watch, I still hope that he beats Jake Paul just to fucking shut him up. Like, because everyone says like he hasn't fought anyone real. He keeps on calling out Canelo, and like Canelo would just fucking destroy him. Mm-hmm. Like, which is, it's fucking stupid. So you're either keep fighting MMA guys who are fucking old as shit and who are not boxers, they're more wrestlers or grapplers, or you're decide you're gonna fight fucking like out of their prime legit boxers. Like obviously with the Mayweather fight, that was like I think that was a draw, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
No, Mayweather kicked his ass.
I know, but wasn't the result though a draw, or I can't remember. Either way, I know when he did the Mayweather shit, that was. So I'm hoping the same result at least happens with Tyson. So fight some real fighters instead of cherry picking who you want. So
yeah, ex-football players, ex-basketball players. Didn't he fight like Nate Robinson?
Nate Burleson. Nate Robinson, yeah. Nate Robinson.
Nate Burleson might kick his ass.
Yeah,
Nate Burleson's
right.
on TV right now. He still looks good.
He is.
But yeah,
definitely.
Dude, I remember I was probably 11 years old. So there's a stat. I mean, it's not a stat. It just, you can look it up. But Jake Paul was 7 years old when Mike Tyson retired. And if you remember Mike Tyson's later years, it was a kind of a big fall from grace, back from when we remember Mike Tyson. Yeah. But I remember seeing Mike Tyson versus Holyfield, the first one, at a Hooters in Florida with my Uncle Paul and my Uncle Pepe. And I was like 11, 12 years old at the time. That was basically the Super Bowl. So that's where it's like I had that infatuation with Mike Tyson from the beginning because, we all grew up playing NES, dude. I did it on the Drafty Pod, the Nintendo draft. Mike Tyson Punch Out is my favorite video game of all time, and I could play that thing for hours. So it's like I've liked Mike Tyson since I was a child, and yes, I understand he's old and he's washed and he had health issues this summer. That's why they had to delay the fight. But there's still a little part of me that's like, if he catches him one time, it's like this all could be over in a second.
One left hook is all you need, baby.
Like one, he gets inside and like, just one uppercut and it's good night. And the other thing, I understand they got to sell the fight, and Ariel Helwani's been doing a really good job of like doing the interviews and the promotion. And Mike Tyson has always said, this has been going on for like 2 decades now, that he never wanted to get to the place where he was when he was a fighter. He's like, that's a dark place. That's an evil place. That's this and that. And then Ariel Helwani, I know he's selling the fight, but after he slapped Paul last night in like the face-to-face, Ariel Helwani's like, I've never seen Mike Tyson with that look on his face. He's like, I've never seen Mike Tyson with that attitude. And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. And I get it, dude. It's all part of the business. But I'm eating it up, dude. I'm eating it up.
Well, I saw like the super slow-mo zoomed into that. Did you see that he actually stepped on Mike Tyson's like feet?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
So yeah, when he was doing the crawl and came up, Mike Tyson was wearing socks, and he comes down right on his foot, and that's when the slap happens. So they're starting, they were trying to say like, hey, like that's what it was like, kind of like shocked him, go. But I mean, dude, I want so badly it to be like one of those old school ones, like where like back in the day when like my dad had a hot
first
box.
Minute, first
10 seconds,
minute, first round,
10 seconds,
done.
Dude. Like,
like over.
That was the 2 things that I remember as a kid. I remember my dad always being like, and that's why you got a hot box. He goes, you don't pay for this shit. Like if the fights are over, like before they're done. The second thing that I remember as a kid was my mom was in Vegas for one of the fights the night that Tupac got shot. So,
oh shit,
like that always just sticks out in my mind. Like it's just.
Did she have an alibi, Dougie?
Yeah.
Not then. Not back then, dude. Well, that was the scary part was like, dude, I was like a little kid and like you hear that there's a shooting in Las Vegas and you don't realize how big a city is. You're just like, my mommy's there and somebody got shot, like I was scared as shit until she called me,
Does your mom have any affiliation with Suge?
I can't say or deny.
It's always the person you least expect, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to unpack this a little more on a later episode of the Bumcast or something. Interesting.
Might have a couple death row hats or t-shirts.
Yeah, let's get to the tail of the tape and get everyone's predictions. So I got this. I don't know where I stole this from. It was somewhere online, but they did a good job of breaking everything down. If you just look on the left side of this column with Jake Paul being named El Gallo and being his hometown of.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that. It reminds me of 3 a.m. El Gallo runs. Back
he's such a damn troll. It's unbelievable. But that's what makes him money, man. That's why everyone hates him. And Jay, we've done this podcast. We've talked about these fights early in the podcast on the Bumcast because we used to Bum of the Week, all these different fights. I remember talking about them a couple of times with me, you, and Johnny. But slowly but surely, they've been building up, and you kind of gotta respect it, man. Like you don't have to respect them, but the business they've built in these fights and being able to get all the views and the clicks and everything else like that. That's where it's like, holy shit, man. These guys, they know, at least they know what they're doing in terms of selling a fight. Whether or not they know what they're doing actually boxing. I mean, he's been okay, 10-1, but yeah, man, the one that stands out, obviously, right? 27 to 58 years old.
Yeah. I think it's funny. Like number one, you look at the Tyson photo. It looks like he's just standing there naked with just a podium.
That's why I laughed. And he looks so goddamn confident too. Like,
yeah, dude, he's in great shape for 58, man. And like when they showed a couple videos of him training, he's in fucking shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you always look at the reach advantage. So, I mean, Jake Paul with the 5-inch reach and a little taller on him, but Tyson knows how to box. Like it's ingrained in his blood. It's riding a bicycle for him. Like as long as his cardio don't gas out. And look, you realize that with these expeditions, whatever you want to say, they're fucking exhibitions. They got the bigger gloves. They only go 2 minutes. It's 8 rounds, so it's not a full-fledged boxing match. So is Tyson going to get gassed? Probably, but maybe not as quickly as you would think with only going 2 minutes and 8 rounds. So maybe it goes the distance. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's a boom boom. All right, thanks for coming out, everyone. Not even drunk yet, but it's with the bigger gloves. Who knows what's going to happen with this? If it's really even going to be like a knockout or anything.
I'm glad you mentioned it. So there's 14-ounce gloves, and I've been talking to it. Yumper had a post earlier in the week, and then Beefloaf and the 108 guys were talking about it yesterday. And I said the same thing. If you look at the gloves that they've been using in the promo pictures, they look like sock 'em boppers. They really do look like two like couch pillows on like each other's fists. So you might see a knockdown. I'd be shocked if you actually see a knockout, because I feel like like I said, Jake Paul's smart. He's going to do everything in his power to make it look good, but not actually put himself in danger. At least I don't think so.
Yeah. I actually think that this fight is really like a best case scenario for both, if either person wins. Okay. So if you got Tyson wins or whatever, you can automatically go ahead and Jake Paul's going to want a rematch. Okay. Jake Paul's going to want a rematch. It's a moneymaker. Jake Paul wins, it's good for boxing, that, he, beat Mike Tyson. So, and then he moves on to whoever he wants to pick on next. But I really, really, really badly want Tyson to knock him out. Don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Joey?
Yeah, I think, if Tyson just needs one punch, like his whole career, all he needs is that one punch. If Jake Paul makes a mistake and gets up close in the clinch, it's over. If Mike gets one in, if he gets one through. But, Jake could be, obviously, you never know. He might be dancing around the ring. He might be floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. I doubt. Not about the sting part, but I think that it's going to be entertaining nonetheless. I think it'll be very entertaining. If they do a series, the best 2 out of 3, we'll all be watching because it's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, the problem with that, though, is that, like, if you do the 2 out of 3, it's going to be months apart. So, like, with the third fight, he's going to be 60. I mean, that's almost elder abuse at that point. Like, I feel like this has to be kind of like just a one and done kind of thing where, like you can't have Tyson fucking fighting when he's 60 years old. Come on, man. Like,
ride that bitch right into Medicare.
Yeah.
I think best case scenario for both fighters and Netflix is some sort of split decision. Tyson looks good enough to where maybe people think he actually won the fight, but the judges are all paid off by the Paul, so Jake Paul is going to get all of the points or like any of the close rounds, so that it's a split decision win. So that's where I'm going with. I'm going with the decision to Jake Paul as like my result. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you guys about the betting here. Right now, the money line: Jake Paul minus 225, Tyson plus 180. But if you break it down into decisions, a draw is 900 plus 900. Jake Paul by decision plus 270. Tyson by decision plus 1,000. Tyson knockout TKO plus 270, Jake Paul plus 140. So money seems to be on Paul winning, with knockout. I might throw a couple $2-3 on, like a Tyson maybe decision, at plus 1,000.
Yeah,
I mean that might seem like a good ball. But if you also have to win in 60 seconds, like the old school Tyson fights, plus 2,300 for Tyson to knock out, to win it in the first round within 60 seconds. Jake Paul plus 2,800. So maybe some money on an old school Tyson fight. Throw a sprinkle $2. Yeah. Little $2 sprinkle on plus 2,300.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I just have a feeling that that it's going to take a little while for them to feel each other out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention is because Johnny was saying like Jake Paul is a Boricua. He's billed from Puerto Rico, but if you know anything about the Paul brothers, is that they are, billed from Puerto Rico because they got a place there. That's where it's like tax credits or something.
They're
basically
from Southern
like
California. They're from Southern California, fucking YouTubers, like rich motherfucking.
But it's all for tax purposes that they're from Puerto Rico.
They from like Ohio?
Missy saying Jake Paul is from Ohio. I've known him since Vine, and then he moved to Puerto Rico a few years ago to escape some tax charges and shit.
Oh.
Puerto Ricans hate him. Yes, it's all for tax purposes. Like I'm telling you, they're major trolls.
Okay. I like it.
So are you guys throwing some money on there? Are you sprinkle a little here, sprinkle a little there? Are you gonna go, like a decision, or Road Dog says oh wait, no, sorry, that wasn't Road Dog. No, Oaklong Tech said bet the decision. So yeah, I might have to bet the decision. So
yeah, a Paul decision at plus 260, 270. That seems like at least in my head, that's the one that makes the most sense.
I don't know. Did you guys watch any of like Tyson's training and stuff like that? There was one thing. Yeah, there was one thing that like stood out in my mind. Could somebody get this man some boxing shorts? Because his dangle was just all out there. Like
good
the
for
entire
him, man.
dude. No, I get it, man.
Were you just mesmerized?
Dude, it was kind of a little. It was one of those
like watching the windshield wiper blades of your car wash.
It's like a car accident, like you can't look away once you've seen it, But
good for him.
But that dude. Go ahead.
Was it bigger than the French pole vaulter?
It's hard to say because that thing grabbed. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's, it would have to be like same scenario type thing. I'd have to see the French pole vaulter kind of like do some sparring. But the one thing that I did notice was that man. I mean, like you can sell like the pop of the glove. It's just like a pitcher and a catcher. You can make a pitch sound good.
Yeah.
That trainer was holding it there, and he was popping the living shit out of it. And he was going some distance. I just want to see him come out almost like how Brock Lesnar would in the UFC, just bull rush the shit out of him and just try and end him fast.
That'd be awesome. Just like 60 seconds, go balls to the wall.
Yes.
But if you don't end them there, then you're just gassed for the next 8 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, yes, but I don't know. That's just what I think. If you're Tyson, that's what you got to do. You got to go out there and just try and butterbean his ass.
Well, Beefloaf and Chorizo were saying, best case scenario, you let the fight come to let Paul come to you. If Tyson's chasing, that's going to be bad news. Yeah, he's the experienced one. Yeah. You just got to let him come to you, and then once he gets inside, that's where Tyson made all of his money.
Mm-hmm.
But that's easier said than done when you're 58 years old.
Let him come to you, let him chase you, and then when you come inside, that's
pound him.
Very
hello.
Very. Might have to change the bums after dark.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mind that. It's Friday, baby.
Okay, so before we wrap up the Tyson talk here, my question to you guys is, what's the food play tonight? It's a Tyson fight. Are you going pizza? Are you going tacos? Are you going barbecue? Miscellaneous? Like, what are you going for tonight? What's the food play?
I'm going takeout Chinese.
I
don't know why. Haven't had takeout Chinese in a long time, and takeout Chinese.
It's a good call.
Joey?
That's a good call. I got tacos tonight. I got tacos de carnitas. Got to stay on brand with the Hispanic cuisine. So we got tacos de carnitas tonight.
Oh yeah,
we're going wings. I told you guys earlier. We're doing date night at Bologna and Turkey's house. We are halfway through the Penguin, and our goal is to finish tonight. This fight is going to be an issue. I'm probably going to have it on the second screen until it starts. Kind of watch the fight and then get back to the Penguin. But we got 4 episodes left. That show is unbelievable, by the way.
I just finished it last night, Peter. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, so we're halfway through, and we want to finish tonight. So that's my plan is to have some wings and then watch the Penguin. But then in between, we're gonna watch the boxing. Yeah, Julie doesn't know that part of the plan yet, but now with the happy hour, I think I spoiled it.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
I'm kind of like with you, Dougie, tonight, but except I'm going Japanese. It's sushi night for us.
Oh, hell
Sushi
yeah.
night. All right.
We haven't done sushi. I actually ran the biddies. I got a thing of sake before because I'm a sake slut.
Yeah.
So we're doing some sushi tonight.
That was not on your list of slutty things you are. That was,
Right.
was
You know
that
what?
honorable.
I forgot
honorable
about it. I gotta be honest. I haven't had sake in a while, and I love sake. So, but yeah, we're gonna do sushi. So,
How do you do your sake? Do you warm it up or you just?
no, it's gonna be in the fridge. It's chilling already.
Yeah.
I got my sake glass from Japan that I got.
Yeah.
It's a nice little authentic one, and I'm gonna grab it out of the shot glass case, and then I'm gonna be shooting sake all night.
Yeah,
No Red Bull though, no sake bombs.
I know. I did a I did a sake tasting one time. It was a sake tasting and sushi making class. And the one thing that the dude told me, he was like, if they ever offer you warm sake, it's not good sake, so don't drink it.
I've done hot sake once my entire life, and it was
Yeah.
disgusting, and I'll never do it again.
Yep.
Pass.
Yeah.
All right, we got one
Sage
super
advice.
chat from Missy before we play an ad for Jack's Place. She says, I should have gave you guys a play-by-play on the Paul brothers.
PowerPoint.
Or a PowerPoint. You know what I need from Missy? This is now peek behind the curtain. We talked about the sexiest man alive last week on the Bumcast, and we all had our predictions and different things. I think what we need from Missy is like a PowerPoint on just the random people 18 to 28 or 29 that we just have no idea who. Like, obviously Timothy Chalamet was a name that we mentioned, but there's like 15 of those actors and actresses that I feel like I'm just lost in the sauce. And
Who are these people?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who are these people? So maybe that's a little homework for Missy. We'll talk about that later. But thank you for the super chat. That's 2 super chats from Missy. So thank you very much. We're gonna put that to good use. Johnny says, "Can someone buy me a pizza?" No pizza with the super chat money.
Yeah, we got coffers to replace before 2023. 2025.
All right. So I'm gonna play a quick ad from Jack's, and then I got something to talk about that ties in with Jack's Place. The Bum's Happy Hour is presented by Jack's Place. Located at 7000 West Southwest Highway, Jack's Place is the best little bar and slots lounge on the southwest side. Whether you're looking for a live music night, comedy night, or a Chicago Sports Bums event, Jack's Place is the place to be. We are deep in the football season, and Jack's Place is the best place to watch a college football Saturday or an NFL Sunday. Jack's Place is proudly female-owned and operated. Next time you're in the southwest suburbs, stop in at Jack's Place and tell them the Chicago Sports Bum sent you.
All right, give him the good news, Peter. I know what you're going to talk about.
So, November 22nd, that's a Friday at 6 p.m., the Toys for Tots are going to be at Jack's Place. Jack's Place, in conjunction with Tone Capone, will be there, and they're going to give a free taco to anyone that brings toys or cash for Toys for Tots. There's also going to be raffle tickets for gift baskets and Toys for Tots merchandise. The president of the Chicagoland Toys for Tots motorcycle parade will be there in attendance, and it's going to be a good time. I think not only is it going to be donations and, do a good thing for one of the best charities in the Chicagoland area, but then have a good night at Jack's Place. So 6 p.m. Friday, November 22nd, Jack's Place, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago Ridge. So I might not be there on a Friday, but I'm going to definitely drop off some toys for a good cause.
Yep, definitely.
Oh yeah, and also the taco truck. As I announced that night when we were there, any tips for this month are going to go towards that as well. So they're not taking any tips, but if you add tips when you buy tacos, all that money goes to the toys. So that's awesome too.
Love it.
Win.
All right, boys. So typically, Rate My Cocks, that's a Bumcast segment. We've never really done it on on the Bums Happy Hour. But we have the original Mr. Joey P here, and he just finished a awesome trip to Mexico, to the motherland. And he's got a couple. It's a shortened segment, but he sent me some pictures. He sent me some details. So Joey, I'm gonna let you host this for now. And remember, the cocktail rating is no chub, half chub, 3/4 chubs, or full chub. So let's rate Joey P's cocks, everybody.
And let's hope the Telemundo internet does not strike.
I know, Joey P. Don't worry about it. Just keep powering through.
Did you say this was a small cock rating?
It's a shorter. I didn't say small. I just said shorter.
Misheard. My bad.
Don't want no short dick, man.
It's not as long as the other ones, but it might be a little girthy. You know, we don't know. We'll find out.
You never know.
Don't want.
Man, this dude got he's got like written shit.
He's got crib notes.
God,
Joey showing up with his cock when rating cock crib notes.
Did his homework, which I appreciate.
Damn.
So yeah, this is the Afortunado, Joey. What do we got here?
This is Afortunado. So the Afortunado was at a great restaurant that's located right in the plaza of Tequila, Jalisco. So it's across the street from the main Basilica Church, and right where they have like all the action in the center of the little town of Tequila. So they have an awesome restaurant and hotel, and we stopped in for dinner at that hotel because it was highly recommended. First glass that we had to try was this Afortunado, which was tequila 1800 reposado, lime juice, pineapple, simple syrup, peppermint syrup, a trickle of grenadine, Angostura. Don't ask me how to pronounce that one, Dougie.
Angostura.
Angostura.
Thank you. The Tabasco sauce and some smoked salt frost. How do y'all think we like this stuff?
I'm gonna let the bartender go first.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm giving this one a 3/4 chub for the only reason is like the peppermint syrup kind of brings it down for me because I'm not a big peppermint guy, and I feel like with tequila and lime, it might be a little bit. I'm high on everything else. Tabasco, the smoked salt, obviously lime and pineapple goes great with, maybe you could have used a little more upscale tequila with this. But I'm going 3/4 chubs on this.
All right. I'm going to go half chub for the exact same reason. Peppermint, everything else, if you omit the peppermint, this probably would have been a full chub for me, especially with that smoked salt.
That looks awesome.
Smoked salt adds a big thing. And I also wanted to say, I laughed when I saw this because I immediately would have been like a Fortuna do. That's how I would have.
A Fortuna do.
A Fortuna do. That's how I would.
Fortunado.
Yeah.
I'm right with Jay. I think it looked on paper it looks awesome, but I'm going 3/4 and I'm not going full chub only because what I noticed it stood out like a fucking, big bold letters, Tabasco. We're in the heart of tequila country. They couldn't have used Tapatio or Valentina. They had to go Tabasco on it. I'm like, I don't like Tabasco sauce. It's too vinegary. I was like, why couldn't they just picked any other hot sauce?
Like
other than that, I like everything. I'm a sucker. Maybe it's the child in me, but I'm a sucker for grenadine. Like if I see grenadine in a drink, like you grow up on kitty cocktails.
It's Mary, dude.
I'm a sucker for grenadine, so I like everything. The Tabasco is the only thing that just didn't get it rock hard.
So you're cool with the peppermint, though?
I don't mind the peppermint syrup. I think it's almost like a cool combination with the pineapple and lime.
Yeah,
I would at least be willing to try it.
Yeah,
so
right.
Joey, give us the rating. How was it?
Half chub.
Okay.
It was half chub. The peppermint and it was overly sweet to the point where you didn't taste any of the spirit. And you want to taste a little bit of the spirit. And for us, it got passed around the table and everybody took a tiny sip, and that's exactly how they handed it back to me. So that tells you everything. When you pass
I mean, you're using 3 different syrups in there. Simple syrup, simple syrup, and grenadine. You could have just whacked the simple syrup, used the peppermint, and then maybe just did a float of the grenadine. Like if you're using simple syrup and grenadine, you have to use them in moderation. Like using 3 syrups, especially with pineapple, which is sweet already.
Yeah,
that's going to be overly sweet. They probably added the Tabasco to give it the balance, and then the
bite,
the salt.
A little bit of bite.
When you use the 3 syrups, it's going to be overtly sweet.
I like that breakdown, Jay. I like that breakdown.
Yeah.
That's the analysis we're here for.
How was that salt though? That's what I want to know.
Oh, that salt was phenomenal.
Nice
they had it in
smoky
a couple
taste.
of their cocks had that salt on it, and it was great every time.
Hell yeah.
Salty cock.
Ooh,
all right, Joey B, what's next?
The spicy sundae. You had traditional plata tequila, which is silver for others that don't know. Lime juice, natural syrup, ginger, jalapeno or jalapeno, and coriander.
It's cilantro.
It's
coriander.
Exactly.
Coriander seed is cilantro. It turns into cilantro. So
cilantro.
This full chub for me. I'm thinking natural syrup maybe means agave. So this would be it sounds like a ginger jalapeno margarita. Full chub for me on this.
Yeah, I'm with Jason on this. This is full chub. Not only like if the ginger is done right, it's going to add a little spice element to it too. Not to mention with the jalapeno, it's going to have a little like bite to it, and I love that, dude. Fuck yeah, full chub.
Full chub for me as well, across the board. And the thing that I like looking at this picture, I like when they come in these type of glasses. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm like an old meathead, like, Fred Sanford. I don't like when they come in the martini glass. Give me, now this is going to sound bad, but like, give me like a man glass. I like a cocktail glass or a pint. So I like this. Yeah. Joey P, what is the grade?
The grade was full chub.
Hell yeah.
The spicy sundae. It was just hilarious reading the entire menu in Spanish, and then the one that my eyes gravitate to in Mexico, in Tequila, Jalisco, of all places, was spicy sundae.
Yeah.
And this was the one that I took the sip first because I'm like, they're going to bring it to me anyway. I'll take a sip. This is the cock that when it made it back to me, there was less than a quarter left. So I'm thankful I took the picture before I took my sip. This thing was freaking phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
Phenomenal. Question. It had great balance.
This is a second drink we've talked about, and you mentioned that like you're passing it around. How many people were there in the group?
Wifey and her daddy.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
But I was just wondering. You know what they're capable of, though.
Oh yeah.
No, that's true. They're good. Yeah, they're
a Sandy P sip is a gulp.
It's a professional. They're professionals. But I was just wondering. You're like, you got it back to you, and it's like less than half full. I'm like, how many people were there?
Yeah,
I had to order another one. For the record, I had to order another spicy sundae just for me.
Yeah, for the table.
Spicy Domingo.
Next was the Diamante Negro, the Black Diamond. So tequila doble Diamante with some passion fruit, some red tea, some vermouth, some lemon juice, and some activated carbon. This was Sandy P's drink.
Was it activated carbon or charcoal?
Carbon is charcoal.
It's carbon is charcoal in Spanish. So it's charcoal, activated charcoal.
So when I used to bartend, I actually had this on my phone. I used to do a drink with activated charcoal, and that was, we did like a frothy.
Oh, look at this guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fancy,
those are awesome.
fancy.
When you get the activated charcoal, those are really, really good. Red tea, passion fruit, vermouth. Yeah, I'm gonna full chub this one because that's just a very cool, unique cocktail right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm full chub as well, and that activated charcoal is going to help whiten your teeth. So
that's what I was gonna say. The only reason I know activated charcoal is because that's Julie's got like a bunch of different toothpaste, and half of them are like black, and I'm like, what the hell, black toothpaste? But they do work. It's pretty good. But activated none of this. I don't like any of this. I got no chub. For this. Like, no passion fruit, no red tea, vermouth, no chub. It seems like a gimmick. What? All right, I'll ask Jason before we go to Joey. What does the activated charcoal actually do? Is it a taste thing or is it just a look thing?
It's more for the aesthetic, the color. Like you're not going to really get like much flavor out of it. You might get like a little bit of like smokiness to it, but it's not going to be like, oh my god, like I taste like fucking like burnt charcoals in my mouth or anything like that. Like it's more for the visuals and for the effect of it. It
seems like a gimmick, no chub.
Now I will tell you, I have a couple of spice blends that have activated charcoal in it. Great for searing steaks. You will get a phenomenal crust and sear on the steak. And like Jason said, you will get that little hint of smokiness, even if it's not on the smoker. So
gotcha. All right, Joey, give us a grade.
Full chub.
Wow.
This thing was phenomenal. This was one that Sandy wouldn't pass around. So I kind of like, she went to the restroom when she had half of it done. And then I took a sip. Oh, wait, she's watching. She knows that an ounce of it was gone now. Damn it.
Yeah. Well,
but
dude,
this was so viscous. It gave the passion fruit for me. I would have thought it was more of a guayaba, kind of like very viscous guayaba. If you ever had a guayaba fruit, it was just lights out. It really was. The fruitiness wasn't overbearing so much that you really enjoyed the spirit with it too.
Now, question for Jason. I'm going to go to the expert once again. You know, you're an expert in all these fields. Would you consider this a big black cock?
I would consider it the biggest, blackest cock.
There we go. There we go. That's it. Thank you. Well, let's go to the next one. Good job, everybody.
Next one. The last one for today was the Rivera. The Rivera was... It was interesting. I had to try it. When I saw on the menu, we're at Tequila Ocho, right? So we're at a tequila distillery, right?
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, wait, they have a Mexican whiskey, Prieto and Prieta? Okay, I got to try it, right? With corn liquor and ginger and agave syrup. Yeah, pretty decent. I got to try this.
That's a no chub for me. I'm not a big corn liqueur guy. I mean, I hate whiskey acres. Anything that's like a corn forward whiskey, I'm like out on. This is a no chub for me.
Okay. No chub as well. I do like whiskey acres. I don't like their regular stuff. I like the whiskey acres, like that double maple and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Aloha Mr. Hand brought that to a tailgate last year.
Oh yeah.
That whiskey was awesome.
Yeah. But that's like obviously a finished whiskey. Their regular stuff, not that great. I was kind of like maybe semi whatever. As soon as Joey P was like, this was interesting, I already know my guy. I know what I know what the thoughts are in this thing.
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And just throwing a fucking lemon wedge on the top of that thing, and that's yeah.
I'd say pass. 100% pass for me. No chub. Yeah. Jason, you nailed it. So I've had a couple of different Mexican whiskeys, if you will. The most famous one is El Abasolo. You could find that kind of everywhere. But for as much as like, dude, I don't want to disparage my motherland because they got a good thing going with tequila and everything else. Like the agave spirits, mezcal. Their corn is way too sweet to do whiskey with. And I have a feeling the Mexican whiskey with the corn liqueur, it's just too sweet. I imagine that thing tastes like buttered popcorn or something like that. So I'm a pass.
Well, verdict is y'all are right. It was no freaking chub at all, man, dude. When I tried it, the first sip, I'm like,
You gotta try
she's
it.
gonna. I'm right when it's Mexican whiskey. I wanted to try it because I'm there, and I'm like, okay, here, honey.
Right. That was when Joey P went to the bathroom. He was like, take as much as you want.
Joe, real quick, where were you in Mexico? What part of Mexico were you in again?
We flew into Jalisco and Guadalajara, Jalisco. So, and then we
Okay.
drove about a half hour away to Tequila, Jalisco, the tequila capital of the world. Pedro knows that place very well.
Mm-hmm.
So Mexico City is actually home to like a lot of like the best cocktail bars in the world. So like the Mexican like cocktail program, and not just in Mexico City, but like the surrounding areas as well. It's growing at an exponential rate that's just like unheard of. Like when you see like these top 10 lists and you see how many are from Mexico, it's pretty impressive. To the fact that actually at the Four Seasons Hotel downtown, the number one bar in the world, which was based in Mexico City, is doing a pop-up from now until the end of February, where the Four Seasons actually took a corner like presidential suite and converted it into a speakeasy, where the number one bar in the world from Mexico is going to be hosting until the end of February. So like you buy your tickets and they have like a 2-drink or 4-drink package, and then you go to the hotel. You tell them you're there for the speakeasy, and then they guide you up to this like welcome room where you get a welcome glass of champagne, and then after that you go into the actual suite with the key card, and it's like just like a normal hotel room on the floor that they converted, and then like it's got everything in there, like the whole bathroom is there and everything, but like they convert this whole place into a full service bar speakeasy. And I guess like the bathroom in there they converted to like make it like they call it like the gold room or something, where they just transformed it, and it's supposed to be like very like Instagram-y and all that shit. But look it up. Just if you're interested, Google Four Seasons Speakeasy, and number one bar in the world until end of February. It's like only on, I think it's only like Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. So it's not like every day, but they have like time slots you have to choose from, and you have to choose either you want the 2-drink, the 4-drink package. It's pretty pricey. Like I think you're talking like maybe like $40 a drink. But how many, like you get to go to the number one bar in the world without having to travel to Mexico City. So I think it's definitely worth the investment on that.
Hand up question, Jay. Would you approve my PTO if I went to do recon?
Absolutely.
That's how you do it, Joey P. Take notes, Dougie.
Yeah. I'm more of an ask for forgiveness guy.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. One, Jay, do you think that the reason why so many great cocktail bars are coming from there is just because of the like the raw ingredients that you can get, all the fruits and all that stuff? You think that's
good
part
question.
of the...
I think it's a good part of it, because like if you look at like where like the culinary scene is blowing up too, a lot of like the top like Michelin star restaurants are in Mexico as well.
City's
so,
got it.
yeah,
Right.
so like when you take like that aspect of the restaurants and you just transition it to cocktail bars with the like the cooking aspect of it, the ingredients, the mixology, the just the creativity of it that you get with that. Yeah, it's gonna like what's the phrase of rising tide raises all ships. So
yeah. That's what I've noticed with food. It's just like
iron sharpens iron,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, besides your major cities that can just get products at will and stuff like that, like the ones that really thrive are the ones that are, closest to farm to table type stuff. Like they just seem to, that's why I was wondering with that. And 2, why don't we have reservations to this bar yet?
That's a great. You were holding on us or something, Jay?
No, I am not, because they just, I believe, this weekend or next weekend is the first weekend it's open. So we're planning maybe like December, January, like let the initial rush go.
The hype.
Yeah. Like wait till after like the holidays or whatever, when people don't really go out, like right after January, like people like just hibernate. Right. So like beginning of January is probably like the best time to go and get a good time slot. So yes, I will talk to you guys about scheduling in this. But yeah, it'll definitely be a...
Hold on. I know and I'm peek behind the curtain. Your annual doctor's visit is at the end of January. That's why you do dry January. Are you saying you're not doing dry January this year?
I might have to cheat a little, but maybe December. Maybe
we got him, Bologna. We got him.
Yeah, we got him.
Or maybe it'll be like the first weekend of February. That'll be my welcome back party, and I'll just drink. I'll drink everything. Speaking of drinking everything, Peter, you're gonna experiment with us tonight.
I do. Somehow I did this to myself.
Yeah.
Somehow the Bums Happy Hour turned into Bologna tries all kinds of bullshit viral cocktails for no one's benefit or no one's pleasure. But here I am. Jason, you sent this to the group. And obviously, we do the Blackhawks drinking game. Whenever Bedard scores, we do Malort. We're not strangers to Malort. I don't mind Malort all that much. People do the, the bitter beer face to it and stuff, but it's not as bad as people think it is. But White Claw and Jeppson's Malort have a partnership, and they've been trying to get this thing going. It's introducing the Chiclawgo handshake. It's a grapefruit White Claw and the famous Jeppson's Malort. And they've been like promoting it all through the city. All of these bars that you could see on screen here have been promoting it. They actually got some really cool coasters that they've been giving away to where the claw fits on one coaster and the shot fits on the other. So it's a cool gimmick, but I'm like, it's basically just a White Claw and a Malort shot. It's not that big of a deal, but I've got both right here. So I'm going to do it for the group. But before I start doing this, I have a question for the group while you guys talk while I go grab my ingredients. So we've been doing the whiskey reviews, the bourbon reviews at Jason's bar. One of at least my influences, and I know Spags isn't typically in the comments, the SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. They do whiskey reviews. It's a father-son duo. And they today celebrated 5 years of doing whiskey reviews together on their channel. And Julie was, I was having lunch at home, and Julie's like, if you had to do content with one of your parents, whether it be a podcast or a YouTube channel, what would it be about, or what would it be? So I'm gonna leave you guys to that question. I'll give you guys my answer in a second while I grab my White Claw and Malort.
I'll let you guys go first because
Jason's answer, Jason's face right
now. It's easy for me because if I do a podcast with my mom, we'll be crying. So and that's nobody wants to see or hear that. Why would we be crying?
Crying about what?
About life, about everything, about the good times, the bad times, and all the above. Love you, Mom. But for sure, my dad, hands down. I would have to do a podcast with my dad. But thinking about what me and him would do the podcast about, it would have to be about finding the best. This is carried on. I'm next generation. I'm Jose Jr., right? And Joey. So we're definitely talking about the best deals that we found at Swaparama.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that concept.
I don't know, dude, because both my parents are in their mid 70s. They don't drink, they don't travel, they don't go out to restaurants or anything. They're homebodies. I mean, CBS programs. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, Jay. I have an answer for your dad, but it's not with you. It would be with me because every time I talk to your dad, and it's not as often as I would like it to be, it's either golf, but what our podcast would be about is roasting you. Whenever we get together, it's just a roast of Jason James.
That's true.
We have so much fun.
Loves roasting me as much as golf. So I think, probably I would get into golf more, and I would say me and my dad would do golf course, Illinois golf course podcast, Wisconsin golf course. That would probably be my course of action right there.
Yeah. And if Mr. James wants to do the roast of Jason podcast, I'm in, because we have a great time whenever we see each other.
Right here.
Nope.
Too.
Dougie?
If I did a podcast, it would definitely be with my dad. God, the topic is just like you're talking day in, day out topic. Honest to God, we talk about work more than anything, and that's lame as shit.
So talk about laying pipe.
Yeah, we would talk about shit like that. I mean, dude, my dad's a bill-paying son of a bitch. That's what he does, man. Like, it's just work, save money, and that's him. So, like, yeah, it would be probably the lowest like attended podcast, besides the Getting Drafty pod.
Burn.
I saw him in the comments. That's why I just wanted to fuck with him. But yeah, no, it would be very, very lame podcast. But we both drink, so it could get interesting.
Johnny's in the comments. He's saying me and my dad would be fighting. We're both stubborn, but this is something I've wanted to do as content. Is just to go to my uncle's house or my grandma's house and record my uncles and Johnny, myself. You guys all know cousin Joel. He's been on the podcast a couple of times.
Yeah.
And just record them talking Bears because it really would be like Bill Swirsky's. It's just the Mexican version of the super fans. Everyone's arguing about the quarterbacks and the offensive line and like thick Chicago accents. And it would just be, I would love to do a podcast with your dad, Johnny, my tío Juan. It would just be football and baseball. We would just talk sports. I think that would be an easy one. And then so my answer, it would be a Spanish speaking podcast and we would just talk soccer. My dad just comes home every day and just watches soccer like nonstop until he goes to bed. We could do that tomorrow. Like if we recorded a Spanish speaking soccer podcast, I think it would be like super easy just because like that's the only thing like we have in common. But like it's like, yeah, we could do that in an instant.
Let's
do it.
All right, yeah, we got a couple minutes left. So here, I'll bring this up. You got to do the shot first, right? You do the shot and then the
shot of Malort chase with the White Claw.
All right, here we go. Salud, everybody. Happy Friday.
See, I thought this was a mixed drink.
No, it's just like the Chicago handshake.
Yeah, no, I got it now.
All right, salud, everybody.
All right, cheers.
Salud. Shout out
Cheers.
Jose and Stephanie, our people, La Familia.
Yeah.
Happy 10-year anniversary today. I see Jose in the comments.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Jose looked good on his wedding day. Saw those photos today.
Mm-hmm. Damn
That's good,
Peter.
A-.
Yeah.
No
Really?
shit.
Whoa.
So I think the combination of like all the herbal shit, but like the bitter worm, bitter wormwood stuff is cut by the grapefruit because it's like tart and sweet. So the combination of the two, actually pretty good. I chugged like half of it. I didn't drink the whole thing.
I saw.
I wasn't gonna shotgun it, but this was good. Chiclawgo handshake, whatever you fucking. It's got a terrible name. I know what they're trying to do. Terrible name. I can't pronounce it. A-. Thumbs up. Maybe one of the better ones I've done so far.
You know what the thing I love the most is when they promoted this tweet or the Instagram was they list the bars that it's going to be at. Like motherfuckers can't just go out and buy White Claw and Malort and do it at home. Like, you have to go to these bars and do it. It's only exclusive at these bars. Like every fucking bar in Chicago doesn't have Malort and White Claws. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like
I bought a 6-pack of these things and a full. You know what? I did have to go. I had to get a full ass bottle because I left all of my nips at your house, Jason, for the
yes, you did.
For Halloween. We were doing Halloween nips of Malort. But dude, Malort's super cheap. I think the full bottle was like $16, $17. Yeah, right. So it's like
it is.
Yeah, you don't have to go to a bar to do it. You can just try it yourself. And it's good. Would recommend.
All right. Last super chat from Missy. Tune in my dad's True Crime podcast. No joke, he's a detective. IAFCI, the Protectors. The company hates that they make it funny though. All right, so go subscribe to Missy's dad's podcast. And she says please give a 5-star rating. So there's our shameless plug for the day. There's our shameless plug as we wrap up the show.
So the one thing I wanted to say was I know that they mentioned the bars that they're at. The reason why they probably mentioned where the bars are at is because grapefruit apparently is like the worst flavor of White Claw, and most bars don't carry it. They're like black cherry. Yeah.
Maybe it's because I like, I mean, Joey P again, tequila and squirt. Like I think
No,
Sure.
I
exactly.
like grapefruit. So
No, I
I
like
do
grapefruit too.
very
but
much.
That's like
Yeah.
the worst flavor, apparently. So
all right, boys, we got a hot date night. I know, Jason, you got sushi night. Everyone else is going to be watching the fight. We'll probably break down the fight on Monday for the Bumcast, along with what I'm dreading: Bears Packers this Sunday.
We might not.
Another...
We might not talk. It might be 55-10. We might have to skip Bears talk on Monday.
I'm honest with you. Like, the Bums Happy Hour has turned into the Good Vibes Show, because the Bumcast is just us complaining and being pissed off for an hour or two. So thank you to Jack's Place. Remember, 7000 West Southwest Highway in Chicago Ridge. They got the Toys for Tots event on the 22nd, starting at 6 p.m. I'm going to drop off some toys. Jason, enjoy the pickle Bloody Mary. Thank you, everyone, for watching. One last thing. We're 12 subscribers away from 1,000 on the YouTube. So if you're watching, I know most of you guys are subscribed already, but that's a huge goal. We're 12 away. Subscribe. Tell your parents to subscribe. We just need 12 more. So we're working on it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Missy, for the super chats. And cheers. We'll see you on Monday for the Bumcast. Go Mike Tyson, right?
yeah, go Mike Tyson.
Go Tyson.
Cheers, everyone.
Keep going. Keep going. Amazing.
No. I love
Yes.
you. I love you all.